Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Episode 1 was pretty action-packed and started this season off with a bang. Let's get into the breakdown of Episode 2.
I shall do what I must, Obi-Wan.
Our Mandalorian is speeding through the desert, perhaps a little too fast, and he comes upon a narrow passage in the cliffs where some hooligans and ruffians set up a clothesline trap for him, and he is sent crashing into the sand, with the child falling pretty hard, and my heart almost broke from terror. Geez, how could they? He manages to defeat most of them, but one guy ends up holding the child as a hostage and demands Mando's jetpack. We get a hilarious scene where the guy runs away with it, and then Mando uses his jetpack controls on his wrist to send the jetpack spinning into the air and making the perpetrator fall to his doom. Since his ride is busted, Mando walks all the way to Mos Eisley Cantina to find Carla from Cheers. Peli Motto, playing Sabak with a Killik species insectoid who's simply known as Dr. Mandible. Peli introduces Mando to the Frog Lady, whose husband knows where to find other Mandalorians. But the catch is, she is transporting her eggs, the last of their reptilian line, to be fertilized by her husband so that they can grow. Mando can't use his hyperdrive, otherwise the eggs will die. So he has to use thrusters and manually fly to the moon of Trask in the Kal Ibn system. During the journey, the child is really hungry, so he ends up being pretty sneaky and eating some of her eggs. He even uses the Force to bring some of them closer to him. As they're passing Maldo Crace, which is the planet from Season 1, Episode 1, where he apprehended the Mithril, they're intercepted by two patrol X-Wings from the New Republic. One of the pilots is actually Dave Filoni. They demand the transponder signal from his ship, but Mando informs them that his ship is pre-Empire and doesn't require transponder. The pilots say the new rules demand him to have a transponder, and also mention that his ship was involved in the Prison Quinn breakout from Season 1, Episode 6. They notice that something is off and try to apprehend him, but the Razor Crest escapes to the surface of Maldo Crace. He manages to evade the X-Wings, but falls through the ice and gets trapped while critically damaging his ship. As he's making the repairs to the ship, the Frog Lady wanders off to a hot spring in order to warm up her eggs so that they don't freeze in sub-zero temperatures. While Mando and the Frog Lady are trying to pack up and leave, the child notices a bunch of pods on the ground, which are actually spider eggs. He ends up eating one of them and in turn disturbs the entire nest along with the giant mother spider. This spider is actually based on one of Ralph McQuarrie's old drawings from Empire Strikes Back, where this spider is described as a fungus-covered with tree-like limbs creature. Here's Sir Ralph McQuarrie's illustration called Dagobah, the white spider. The spiders attack the crew of the Razor Crest in masses and chase them all the way to the cockpit, where only by using his flamethrower, Mando manages to burn a bunch of them and seal the door to the cockpit, the only airtight part of the ship. The mother spider lands on top of the cockpit and is about to break through when Dave Filoni, who's in the show called Trapper Wolf, along with Captain Carson Teva, come to the rescue in the nick of time and blast the spider and her brood away from the ship and save Mando, the child, and the Frog Lady. They explain to Mando that even though he aided the escape of the criminal Twi'lek Quinn, he also saved Lieutenant Davin of the Correctional Corps, who was the security guy in that episode. Mando asks for help to repair his ship, and they essentially tell him to fix his transponder and consider himself lucky that they didn't blast him into pieces. Razor Crest manages to take off from the planet with difficulty and keeps limping towards planet Trask. This was a more compact episode with a slower pace, but I did appreciate the nod to the monster horror and the alien facehugger homage. I almost thought when the child opened the egg, the spider was going to attack him, but no, he ate the spider. Thank you all for joining me, and let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments. Did you enjoy it, or did you think it was just a filler episode? Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you in the breakdown for episode 3. Cheers.